said you needed to protect the paint and get out on shooters. You didn't particularly do either well tonight.
And we did not. We didn't have the play with the force we needed to, Doug. We didn't get close enough to the shooters to make them feel as we were there, but we weren't there. And so that was the difference in our game in covering the paint and then getting out. Defensively, I didn't think we played with the type of physicality that we need to in this game. They were well rested. They were moving, flying around almost like a half a step quicker than we were all night. And we've got to make adjustments as far as, how we want to guard the paint and then get out to the three, and then offensively get cleaner looks.
Hi, Coach. Ken Miller with the Call and Post. In the fourth quarter, you went to your young guys earlier. What was the thought process in going to Norman and then bringing DeLon in at that early juncture and kind of playing Norman throughout the balance
again,
of the
speed
game?
and quickness. I thought there was a difference, especially in certain areas. I thought we played in spurts. I think we cut it to 5 or whatever it was earlier in the game. But again, it was speed and quickness that made the difference, and I thought Norm and DeLon would give us that. I thought both of them came in and created, got us open looks, and at the end of the day, you got to knock them down. But I thought both were aggressive with their speed and quickness and playing with force. And I thought that was a positive for us.
Coach Scott Sargent, WFNY. Go back to the first question. How much of it do you think is because of the 4 games Cleveland played versus the multiple games more that you guys played?
Again, it's an excuse, but they've been off a week or whatever. They were fresh, and again, it wasn't like we had just got through playing. We had a couple of days rest. Again, we got to switch gears and go from the Milwaukee series to this series. But I thought they were the quicker team tonight. They were, and we've got to match that to start the game. And we knew traditionally they're the first quarter team, and we got to come out with that sense of urgency in the first quarter. I thought we got into it there in the second quarter and got ourselves going, but not quick enough for this team.
Dwane, did you feel at any point like not only they were beating you, but maybe disrespecting you a little bit, just the flair they played with?
That's who they are. They play with that flair. I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel like I thought we made enough mistakes, Bruce, that things we can correct as far as our defensive approach, where we're supposed to be, especially in the first half, things we didn't do properly, we can correct. But I don't pay any attention to that. I think disrespect, you get that back by outworking them and outplaying them.
You look at the box score, and there were positives. I mean, you made 10 threes. You held them to, I think, overall 46%. It wasn't. What about this game can you build on that you did like?
Well, Michael, there was enough things. There were enough positive things in there. We had 22 assists, I think it was. That we missed so many open shots, open looks that I know that those guys can knock down. I think P.J. Tucker, a couple of inches, his shots are threes. He had 3 or 4 of those. But defensively, the things that we did not do properly as far as our rotation was concerned, getting close enough to a guy like Korver coming into the game, we know what he's going to do. J.R. Smith getting close enough to him. You're going to slow James down. You're not going to totally stop him. But there's other things we can do in our schemes that we made some huge mistakes on in the first half.
Dwane, Kenny Road at WHBC. In order to win this series, you have to win one game on the road. Playing here the last 2 years in the playoffs, they've dominated you double digits every time, and DeMar and Kyle seem to struggle on the road. What has to change with those two as well as the team in order to get a road win and have a chance to win this series?
Well, just would you say Cleveland struggled in Toronto?
Well, the first game, yes.
Yeah, 2 games. I think
the other one was a 6-point game. Then they won the last game.
Well, dominate's a tough word. I mean, you use the word dominate. I mean, I don't know if you're a fan or what it is, but that's a tough word. Again, we didn't play to our game. They made shots, we didn't. We made some mistakes, but I wouldn't use the word dominate, with that term. So again, someone said disrespect. Again, we did enough things positive, and I think we correct those things and bounce back. Again, all you got to do is win one game on the road.
Dwane, Mike Gander, Toronto Sun. the whistle evened out by the end, but through 3 quarters it was like about, I don't know, it was a huge discrepancy. Did you feel your guys played hard enough to earn the whistle?
Well, not early we didn't. I thought third and stretches we did, Michael, but not early. I thought when we cut into the lead in the second half, I thought we played enough to get the respect of the whistle. And that's something that you understand coming in, you're not going to get that. Again, that's something that you can't control. All you can do is play hard, and our compete level has to take another step. But I don't think someone dominated us. I wouldn't use that word.
Steve Ashburner, NBA.com. Dwane, you're familiar with your team's streak of playoff series openers and not coming out on top. I would assume you think your team is ready each and every series you begin. Is there anything you see in common now, just sort of looking back on your watch? And have you been tempted to change things up in any way, just emotionally, psychologically?
We look a lot of things as far as preparation, not as much film work. Try to cut back on that to keep the mental freshness because we just come out of the other series. But again, you don't want to under-prepare because then you're going to criticize for not preparing enough. So there's a fine line. Again, it's something that if you could put your finger on, you would do it. But we've tried to change, quite a few things. But again, it's a mindset coming in, and as far as preparation, being mentally and physically ready to play, especially a fast team, a team that's well rested, been out for a week. So, believe me, Steve, we've looked at a lot of different things.
Dwane, maybe the same question was just asked over here about the whistle, getting the disparity in free throws. Maybe the question being not so much did you play hard enough to earn the respect to get the whistles, but schematically, do you have to do something better? Do you have to attack more? Are you settling too much?
There's some different things we can do. There's some different things we have to do, and know where the double teams are coming from and where the rotations are coming from. It wasn't a surprise, but we can do a better job of attacking that to get better looks. Defensively, there's some things we can do better, as far as reacting quicker in those situations. So there's a lot of things we can do better that I know that we didn't do tonight.